Hey guys, it's me Glitchins and welcome back to yet another Planet Coaster video on the channel. Today I'm going to be continuing on my quest to recreate Adventure World inside of Planet Coaster. Now this is the second episode to this little mini series on the channel. Now if you haven't seen the first episode, I recommend you go and watch that first. But if you don't want to watch it, basically all we did in the first episode was build the entrance building for the theme park, and I just like to say, I'm quite impressed on how accurate and how well it turned out. It's really detailed and quite accurate to the real thing. So if I haven't already mentioned, Adventure World is my local theme park. So the theme park that I go to when I want to go to a theme park in Western Australia. Pretty much the only theme park out here, other than Outback Splash, which is a water park. In this episode of the series, I'm going to start work on some of the first shops and buildings you see when you first enter the theme park. So they consist of the lockers, gift shops, food and drinks, and there's also the first toilet block. And now obviously I'm going to work a lot more on these buildings in the future and add up more detail to the area as I get along, more foliage, more stuff like that. But right now I'm just going to create the buildings so that as we move on the series, we can add more and more detail throughout the place. And I'm going to say this right now, Adventure World is quite a bare theme park. It's just, you come there for the rides, and really there's not too much theming. There's trees here and there and stuff, but I would like to say that, like, Adventure World doesn't have a lot of theming and decoration compared to other theme parks. So, as much as I would love to add lots of decorations to Adventure World in my mode, I'm trying to recreate it as accurately as possible. So, I guess it's not going to be too decorated, but it's just not really that decorated in real life, which I would love to see it more decorated. Adventure World, if you're watching this, come on, just put a bit of a budget aside and get some redecoration works going on. So guys, right now I'm creating the locker building that is just off kind of to the side of the entrance when you first enter Adventure World. I'm using these rectangle shapes from the shape library and turned them green to create the green for the locker. And then I'm also using Google Images along with Google Maps and also YouTube videos for all of the design work. And here you can see I'm using a, it was kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a bit of a oval, like, tall shape that I could just poke out the front of the green to make the bars for the separation of the locker, and then I just put that up and then also a cross for the locker. So using just a different assortment of creative shapes to make the different shapes that you don't necessarily see inside of Planet Coaster, because you can't find a locker just sitting in Planet Coaster. So you use these shapes and you can create all sorts of stuff, and it's actually really useful, the shapes. You can make all sorts of stuff, so just a little bit of creativity and your mind can make anything of Planet Coaster. I've seen crazy designs of these shapes in Planet Coaster. And then for the turny thing on the locker, the what do you call it there? The handle, I guess, on the locker, I've used a cone and then just made it spike out, and that's been able to make, like, the door handle turny thing for the locker. And, yeah, so that's how I made a locker inside of Planet Coaster. So if you've always wanted to make a locker inside of Planet Coaster and never knew how, here you go. You might want to give it a try. And I've also made the bottom row of lockers a little bit bigger like they are in real life as well. Just a little bit of a cross promo to one of my other videos. I recently, if you know YouTubers How Ridiculous, they're a YouTube group that mainly do trick shot videos and also drop stuff off the tower in Gin Gin, Western Australia. Or actually, I got shouted at in the comments of my Instagram post about it. Someone wanted to tell me that it was actually Yeel, Western Australia, not Gin Gin. It's Yeel. So yeah, get that right, me. Come on, how could I be so mistaken? I've always called it the Gin Gin Discovery Tower, but apparently the tower's in Yeel. So there you have it. Someone was not too happy that I called it the Gin Gin Tower. But anyways, I was off at the Gin Gin Tower for a meet and greet with How Ridiculous, and they were doing a video there where they did the giant tug of war truck video, like 400 people versus a giant truck tug of war. That was really cool. And then also they dropped some stuff off. So if you want to check out my video for it, check it out. It's on screen right now. And if you want to check out how ridiculous this video of that, that's on screen as well. So that was really cool. Got an opportunity to get a shirt signed and everything, talk to them, had a little chat. Honestly, it was actually surprising how much, like, you got like a minute or two to chat to them. So I was expecting get a picture and move along the line. It was nice to have a chat to them. I was definitely freaking out a lot. It's not every day that you get to talk to a big YouTuber. Who knows, maybe I'll be a big YouTuber one day and people will want to talk to me, but at the moment that's not the case. Just as I'm watching back this footage of me creating the yellow building, which I believe is a staff first aid and toilets building, I think it has snacks as well, I'm not entirely sure. Has just a ton of lockers around it, that's all I remember about this building, and it's also got toilets. But just as I'm creating this building, and also the other building next to it, I've realized what a stupid idea it was for me to outline the building originally with a fence. I could have just put the wall up in the first place and it would have saved me putting up the fence. Because I can move the wall as well. I thought I was being smart by outlining the building first, but I've just realized it was a pointless activity. Also, these lockers were a pain to work with as well, but yeah. So I'm just creating the, I think it's toilet staff and first aid building. And then the building next to it is a food building, so the blue building. Also guys, if you've made it this whole 6.5 minutes into the video, that means that for some reason you're enjoying me making my local theme park Adventure World whilst not giving very entertaining conversations. So if you for some reason you're enjoying this content, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe. We're getting back on the content grind, guys. There's going to be more of these videos. There's going to be more Minecraft videos coming out. And we're getting back on the content grind, guys. So make sure you smash the like button and subscribe. You have no idea how much it helps out the algorithm. So if you do like what you're seeing, like and subscribe. Also, if you work at Adventure World, comment down below. I would love to see just one person that works at Adventure World see this video and let me know what you think. Did I do a good job or not? So if you work at Adventure World, comment down below. I don't care if you're someone in a costume at Fright Nights, or if you're the slushy guy at one of the stalls, or if you operate one of the rides, or if you're the manager. I don't care who you are. Maybe you made the Abyss. I know that's a German company, so credits on me knowing who made the Abyss. It's like the Gertz Lower or something like that. I can't exactly remember. And also, comment down below if you've ever been to Adventure World. It'd be so cool to just see someone that works at Adventure World or who's been to Adventure World that actually knows what I'm talking about. Comment down below on the video. So it's so cool to interact with you guys. And guys, if you do comment down below on the video, I will respond. I want to interact with you guys. It's so cool seeing your comments. So yeah. Alright guys, so right now I'm actually just building this one store section of where they sell some candy and slushies and food and stuff. Honestly, their donut deal, it's alright, but I'm gonna say one thing, their slushies, they're amazing, but they're expensive. I can't remember exactly what it costs, but it costs more than any slushie I've ever seen. So, generally, their food's pretty cheap, honestly, for a theme park, especially, but just for anywhere else. Their food's pretty cheap, but their slushies, when I looked at them, oh my god. I got one, and they were one of the best slushies I've ever tasted. But still, the slushies were expensive, but all the other food's really cheap, which is one thing that I also love about Adventure World food. So I'm just building this section. Also, sorry that building the food buildings isn't that entertaining to watch. It's just kind of what I'm doing right now in this part of the series. Oh, we've got the barriers out. So this is something I watched a YouTube video where I saw someone else using these barriers. And what the barriers are meant to be is you're meant to place them and then it's to block people from walking. So I've actually placed these all around the buildings and also where people aren't meant to walk in the main entrance, because in the main entrance and the buildings, they just decide to phase through the wall like there's nothing there. And I found a YouTube video where a YouTuber was actually using this. You can put a barrier just slightly underneath the ground and the people will still avoid that area. So that's a really smart little tool. So yeah, that's how I used barriers to avoid people walking through my walls. And I cannot remember what I was talking about before that. Oh yes, I was talking about the food. The food's pretty cheap. The slushies are good, but they're a bit expensive. So yeah, overall, pretty good food item at Adventure World. And also, sorry, it's a bit boring just watching me build buildings. It'll be so exciting. I'm so excited to finally get around to doing some of the rides. I don't know how I'm gonna do water rides because Planet Coaster doesn't really have a water ride feature. But I can't wait to get to the rides. I've already built the Abyss on another world, so I'll have to figure out if I want to rebuild it or just copy and paste it from another world. I just did that when I was a bit bored and I didn't record it either, so that's a bit annoying. But I can't wait to build all the rides. It'll be really exciting, but right now we're just having to build these buildings, and it's something that I need to do. You can't have Adventure World without the food building. So at the moment the place is looking kind of bare, so I'm gonna start placing some foliage around the back of this building here, just using a YouTube video from some random person as reference for me. And there's also this underground path that I have to dig out and sketch out, which was an absolute nightmare, by the way, trying to get this path to place, get it underground, because there's like a path that goes underneath the entrance. I'm not entirely sure what's there. It's always locked off, so you can't actually go underneath there yourself. You have to be a staff member to go underneath there, so I'm not quite actually sure what's underneath there, but there is something underneath there. So I was trying to build that, and also the foliage that's back there. I may have overdone the foliage a little bit, but I just thought that it was looking a bit bare, and I wanted to put something there. But there's not that something there in real life. Come on, Adventure World, you need more foliage. There's not enough foliage at Adventure World. It's just all a big lawn. The entire thing's just a big lawn. I guess it's good in real life, but in Planet Coaster it looks a bit bare, so I just put some extra foliage and overdid the foliage. And now I've just gone and there's a little hut off to the side of the block, which is what I've just put that little square there for reference, that I've found. I saw that hut on Google Images actually. I actually have no idea what is actually there in real life, because I've never noticed it before. I've been to Adventure World so many times, and I've been to this toilet block that I'm building so many times, and I've never seen this little hut, but it's on Google Images, so I'm just gonna make some hut with a claw machine in it, and whatever the hell it is. It might be one of the things that people can reserve. I'm not entirely sure what the little hut's for. I've never seen it before, but yeah, it's there, and I've got to put it there. And I'm just building the roof for the toilet block. And I found these window things for the bit of the window here on the toilet block, and I used a few different ones, but this one's the one that I ended up deciding on. And then I used this shower pre-make that someone had posted to the Steam Workshop, and just kind of pushed it into the wall a bit, just so the buttons poked out, and then pasted that along the wall for the showers, because you've got the showers along the wall of this toilet block. And now just added more trees in, spruce up the place up, probably a lot more trees once again, a lot more bushes than there are in real life, but I had to put something there. I couldn't just leave it empty. That's a disrespect to the park. I don't know, guys. It's nearing the end of the episode. I'm running out of things to say. I'm just sitting here saying stuff to say stuff, and probably one person is still watching, so congratulations to that one person that has made it this far to the video. Have you liked the video yet? Have you? But yeah, just sprucing up the final bits, and now you can see the end result for this episode. We've got the park entrance, both of the two little shops. You've got the little gift shop and the locker. You've got the section in the back and the toilet blocks. That's where we're ending off today's episode. So I hope you enjoyed today's YouTube video. Smash the like button and subscribe. come back for episode 3, which in episode 3, we're gonna be doing, I think I said I was gonna do the go-kart for episode 3, so yeah, stay tuned.